Hey guys, hope that you are all doing well. There has been a lot going on here on the farmstead, a lot of not so great news. So I'll just get right into it. As you know, if you've watched my videos, that I have some rabbits that are hanging in cages, and they are under a wooden structure that my husband built for me back in the summer because I was losing some rabbits because they were not in enough shade. Well, because that was never finished, because my husband worked so much, he was not able to finish it all and cover it with anything to protect the wood from the weather. Those structural posts that he put in have some water damage to them, and about a week ago, I started to notice that the boards were separating and breaking in some pieces at several different places under the roofing that was holding the roofing on. And maybe 3 or 4 days ago, I went back there and the roof had completely caved in on one side of the rabbitry. The roof is sitting on two sets of cages, and both cages have rabbits in them, but I cannot physically remove the roof, and if I did, they would no longer be protected from the sun because I have plastic pallets that are there as a walkway. The cages aren't sitting like in the ground, in the dirty ground. They are just sitting on those plastic pallets. So for now, it is what it is, and that's how the rabbitry is right now. But I'm hoping to be able to afford to fix it soon. So that is the update on the rabbitry, and the update on the goats is on Valentine's Day, almost a week ago. A lady had posted in a group on social media that I run. It is my group for free farm animals, livestock, equipment, things like that. She had posted that she had 2 goats available for free, and everything seemed okay. She sent me pictures of them. They look beautiful. I'm really happy with the way that they look, and I'm hoping to add like better milkers into my farmstead because the 2 original goats that I have, they make milk, but they don't make a whole lot. I'm getting about 14 to 16 ounces from them. Well, I was, because I'm not milking them anymore. I was getting about 14 to 16 ounces, and they seem to kind of slack off. They both were pregnant and kidded. They both had babies in November, and because they got bred back so quickly, because I didn't have a way to separate my buck, and I didn't have the funds to buy a goat apron to prevent him from breeding, he bred them back kind of early, which is fine. I've been keeping them on feed and making sure that they are eating enough and they're not losing any weight. So I just decided to dry them off. They are about 70 days left on their before they kid. They're going to be due around May 3rd. So I decided to dry them off earlier than you would usually dry off a doe. Usually if you have a doe in milk that you know is bred, you would dry them off 2 months before their due date. But I decided to just do it early. So they are completely dry now, and I just didn't milk them for a couple of days, and they've started drying off. I haven't checked in their udder to make sure it's not hot or anything. But I want to add more does to my herd so that I can have more milk. And so I decided to get these 2 does. And unfortunately, I did not know how aggressive these does were, or that the lady was getting rid of them because they were aggressive. And as you know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I had 2 bottle babies that I got in December that needed to be taken care of because Mama was very sick when she had them. Unfortunately, one of the goats that I got last week killed both babies. They are no longer with us. I went back there Saturday and noticed that I only seen one, and when I found the little boy, he had already passed. So I took the little girl and moved her to another area where I keep my rabbits and my chickens. And unfortunately, it was just too late to save her. She had passed overnight. And now I am in the dilemma because another one of my goats is due this weekend. She's on 145 days bred. So she will probably have her babies this weekend or early next week. She could go into labor at any time, and her ligaments are starting to soften up just a tiny bit. And I don't know if she will be able to protect the baby from these two goats because Miriam isn't really at the top of the pecking order. And usually you would separate your doe when they go to kid just for her safety and for the baby's safety and for them to be able to bond. So this weekend I will be purchasing a dog kennel. It's pretty big. A lady locally has it, one available to post on social media. She was asking $200 for it, which is already at a very, very high discount because it's a big kennel and it's worth more than that. But I asked her if she would reduce her price anymore, and she went down to $100, which is still a lot of money for me because I don't work. I just sell rabbits. And she told me that she would take $100. So I'm going to go get it this weekend and have Miriam separated for the safety of her and her baby. And then once her baby and her establish a relationship and I feel like she is safe to be back with the herd, I will be able to use this kennel to house the buck that I have because I don't want him breeding back my does at all this year. All the does that I have should be bred. So that is my issue right now, and that's what's going on. And as much as I wish that I could go back in time and either separate the babies or not pick up these does, I can't go back in time. And knowing that doesn't help my heart any because I feel so bad because I was supposed to protect them. I was their mama. They don't have a mama back there to protect them. But because my herd is so established and they haven't really had any issues, I haven't had any of my other goats be aggressive towards them. I really didn't think that this was going to be an issue. And like I said, I can't go back and fix it. But that is what's been going on. I have just so much on my mind and so much on my heart. And obviously, a lot of things that I have to do very quickly with the rabbits and the goats. So that is an update on the farmstead. I wish I had better news. I did plant some squash seeds today. I don't know if they're going to survive though because it is still February and we have probably another month and a half of possible weather that we could go into a freeze. So I'm praying that we don't and that these squash seeds survive, but for the next 10 days we should be the perfect temperature to grow squash. So hopefully that happens and we have a very prosperous garden this year because it hasn't been in the previous years. And honestly, I really need something to go right this year. But I have all my faith in God and He will get me through everything just like He always has. But thank you for watching, everybody. Y'all be blessed.